16th of July 1945 was the day when the weapon, the atomic bomb, which was about to destroy humanity, was being tested for the first time in human history. For the first time in history, such a weapon had emerged that was about to change the world forever. The physicist who made this atomic bomb was J. Robert Oppenheimer, and he had no idea at all that the weapon he had created could actually be so terrifying. When he saw its destruction with his own eyes, he uttered those historic words.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
It was the atomic bomb that brought Oppenheimer to the brink of destruction. Why and how this happened? The man due to whom America won World War II, why did America finally disgrace him all over the world? Once again, welcome to the Shadowed Facts video. Oppenheimer accomplished many feats in his life, but he will only be remembered as the father of the atomic bomb. Born in 1904, and at the age of just 18, his dream of becoming a chemist took him to Harvard. As soon as he got admission, due to illness, he could not attend classes for a full year. But even then, he completed the 4-year degree in just 3 years. Along with wanting to become a chemist, he had a great interest in physics as well. After graduating from Harvard, he went to Germany's Göttingen University to conduct research in theoretical physics, and by the age of just 23, he had completed his PhD. He had a nature that he didn't mingle much with anyone. His attention was mostly focused on his research. After returning to the US, he again immersed himself in his research, and by this time, he had no connection with the atomic bomb at all. But then the reign of Hitler started in Europe, and he assigned some German scientists the task of creating the most powerful weapon in the world. Now, this is where Albert Einstein enters. Yes, Einstein sensed this threat from Hitler and wrote a letter to American President Roosevelt saying that we should also prepare such a weapon. Otherwise, tomorrow Hitler might have an advantage over us. After reading Einstein's letter, the American president took immediate action and ordered the military to start research on the atomic bomb. This famous world project is now known as the Manhattan Project. It is believed that the atomic bomb might never have been made if Albert Einstein hadn't written this letter to the American president. Anyway, it should have happened that for the Manhattan Project, the US Army would have selected Albert Einstein because he was the one who had written this letter to the American president. But this did not happen. Einstein's background was German, and the US Army suspected that maybe Einstein was playing a trick with them. That's why the leadership of the Manhattan Project was handed over to Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer agreed with Einstein's view and also wanted America to make the atomic bomb. For this secret project, an entire city was built in New Mexico, which is known as Los Alamos. The US government started spending a lot of money on the project. During the 1945 era, a total of $2 billion was spent on this project. This was about to become the most important and most secret project in American history. But keeping this secret was very challenging for the US military. In Los Alamos, 130,000 workers were working for the Manhattan Project. These people were carefully selected for the project so that no news from here could be known to the world. Scientists, technicians, and researchers were among them, as well as lower staff. Everyone was instructed not to tell anyone anything about the project, not even their families. No one here even knew each other's names. Everyone was given a fake name. The rule on the project site was that if anyone's real name was leaked, they would be punished. Letters did arrive here, but to a fake address, which was P.O. Box 1663, New Mexico. Official letters didn't even mention the city name. There was a censor department here to censor letters, which first opened all letters, read them, and then sent them forward. Similarly, the letters sent from here were also first read. Strict security was maintained to enter the project site. Workers could neither enter without an entry pass nor exit without an exit pass. Even the birth certificates of children born in Los Alamos did not mention the city name. Instead, only P.O. Box 1663 was written. All this was done only to ensure that no information related to the atomic bomb could be leaked. Oppenheimer had already conducted research on nuclear fusion before the Manhattan Project. This is a reaction in which atoms are split to produce an excessive amount of energy. The heaviest element found in nature is uranium. One atom of uranium has 92 protons and 146 neutrons, which when added together give the atomic mass of uranium, which is 238. After many experiments, scientists found that if uranium-238 is processed in a certain way, uranium-235 is obtained, and this is an extremely unstable element. That is, if a neutron is collided with this new uranium-235, uranium splits and produces an incredible amount of energy. As soon as it splits, new neutrons are released, which collide with other uranium-235 atoms, and this reaction keeps repeating. This entire chain reaction happens in just a few microseconds, and the result of the entire reaction is seen in the form of a powerful explosion and energy release. If a nuclear bomb is compared to a normal TNT bomb, it would be like comparing an elephant to an ant. Just consider that only 1 kg of an atomic bomb is equivalent to 3,500 kilojoules of TNT bomb. The little boy bomb, which caused the destruction of Nagasaki, if the same level of destruction had to be caused by TNT bomb, America would have had to drop 1.5 crore, 15 million kilograms of TNT bombs. Such a huge weight that no plane even today can carry it. The biggest disadvantage of using uranium in an atomic bomb was that uranium is a natural element, and obviously it can only be mined in limited quantities. Researchers created a new element by colliding uranium, which was not natural and was even more unstable than uranium-235. This element was plutonium-239. America was in a great hurry to complete the Manhattan Project because on one hand, World War II was going on, and on the other hand, America was also afraid that Germany might prepare this bomb before them. Finally, on the 16th of July 1945, the world's first atomic bomb was ready, and now it was time to test it. When it was tested, the whole world was terrified to see its intensity. Oppenheimer and other scientists who were part of this project were themselves terrified of this weapon. This was the first weapon that put human civilization in danger and was now in the hands of humans. To understand its effects on humanity, the very next month, America used it on the Japanese city of Nagasaki. More than 250,000 people died in these attacks. 6 days later, Japan surrendered to America, and this marked the end of World War II. Now you might think that America was very happy with Oppenheimer because of his accomplishment, and they would give him a Nobel Prize. But this was certainly not the case. In the beginning, Oppenheimer expressed great regret because millions of people had lost their lives due to his creation. This incident completely broke him from within, and he started distancing himself from the world. If he wanted, he could have shifted America's power somewhere else in minutes. That's why Oppenheimer now became a very delicate asset for the US, and various American agencies started keeping an eye on him. But then what everyone feared happened. In 1949, America's biggest enemy, the Soviet Union, suddenly announced atomic bomb explosions to the world. The technology had leaked, but no one could figure out where it had leaked from. Everyone suspected Oppenheimer because his girlfriend was also a member of the Communist Party, had very close ties with the Soviet Union. But Oppenheimer himself had no interest in politics. An inquiry was conducted in which Oppenheimer was accused of being a member of the Soviet Union. The American president ordered a separation between Oppenheimer and state secrets. And he kept insisting that he had no connection with communism or the Soviet Union, and no one had any evidence. But even then, the decision came against him. The person who once held the rank of a powerful scientist was humiliated within minutes, and his security clearance and all project rights were taken away. Albert Einstein and the scientific community raised their voices against this decision, but to no avail. For the next few years, Oppenheimer lived a life of silence and stayed away from government projects. Then, nearly 7 years later, in 1961, when John F. Kennedy became the American president, he offered Oppenheimer a new free and fair tribunal which could restore his security clearance. But this time, Oppenheimer refused. John F. Kennedy knew he was innocent, which is why he also gave him America's highest scientific award. But by then it was too late. Oppenheimer was diagnosed with cancer, and in 1966, he passed away. His ashes were scattered on a beach on the Virgin Island, which is now known as Oppenheimer Beach. I hope you liked the video from Shadowed Facts. We'll meet in the next interesting video.